Hello and welcome to Scrolling with Ceazor. Today is June 24th, 2026. Okay, more blood in the streets. Everyone's fleeing assets. So we've got S&P's up a little bit today, which is, it's still looking ugly as hell. But gold, gold with its lack of any kind of yield, took a pretty heavy dump today. I'm not sure exactly what instigated this huge dump, but I should probably move my range down, capture some of this volume here, but I'll do it after the podcast. ETH down 2 to 3%. Bitcoin, let's just check it. Yeah, out the bottom of that range. That's great. Where do we got here? BTC. BTC is bouncing around at that. I'm not gonna say all-time low, but local low. Anyhow, so that's that. Sonic, nice, big, huge, consistent daily red candles. Even Hype has some consistent daily red candles, but still up quite a bit. I don't know. Should you buy it? I don't know. Maybe you could. Maybe you can. Maybe it's an awesome time to start going long. You do you. Think about it. As always, this is not financial advice. I do got a lot of tweets for you, so let's get into them and go through them one by one here. So the first thing I noticed, I've been using this crypto, EtherFi crypto cash card with my, true identity, and I noticed yesterday that I had some USDC in my vault. I don't usually hold USDC in my Ether card vault. I hold FRX because it has yield, FRX USD, and then the cashback was ETH. But I noticed I got some USDC in there, so I was like wondering where it came from. So it appears maybe they've changed from giving people ETH to giving people USDC. And it just kind of changed the default to that. I kind of like the ETH because it's like your dollar cost averaging into the ETH at with your cashback. So that's kind of nice. But I'm not sure if people like that. I think maybe people want just give me my money and let me decide what I want to buy. So anyways, that's happening, so that's interesting. But they do say the more cashback options coming soon, so maybe you'll be able to select other coins. So I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper and find out what's going on there. So Sonic tweeted this out today, and they're saying we said 1% better every day. Obviously it's they're not talking about price, they're just talking about little improvements. Keep walking forward. It's Tuesday, and here is some of the stuff they've done. There's some significant things in here. Okay, so first of all, they're not going to shut down Phantom Opera blockchain quite yet. They're going to keep it alive for another year. They're going to keep that bridge alive and let people to exit from Phantom over to Sonic. No, another year to do so. Talks a little bit about the two leaders here. Let's skip past that. We're retiring the contributor label, so they're going to be basically no more hiding what people do, which is pretty interesting. Okay, community first in actions. We've started unblocking accounts that have been critical of Sonic. So in the past, Sonic was blocking people who were fudding, and now they're selectively going through these and trying to unblock the people who were just being critical, not blatantly fudding. So I don't know. I think that's a pretty good step in the right direction, and I think it's not a terrible idea, the things that they're implementing here. And anyhow, so I thought I'd share it. Okay, over to the other side of that discussion, we have Andre Cronje, Flying Tulip. The Flying Tulip put sale participants are in profit. So I participated in this. I like Andre for the most part. Obviously, I've been wrecked on some of his projects, but this one here, it just made sense to me. It was logical. I tried to put aside any feelings or thoughts on Andre and what his history is, and I assessed the Flying Tulip project as a whole. There was almost no downside risk. There was only smart contract risk. So it was obviously do it, and it's just a matter of wait for the token to the buybacks to kick in significance. And of course, the price is going to be volatile because people will exit and sell. There's buybacks that are using to incentivize LPs. Those people are going to sell. But in the long run, it's just like they're burning the token. They're using all of the revenue to buy the FT token. It has to go up, right, in the long run. As long as the project continues to hold TVL and have users, then it just can't. It just makes logical sense. Anyhow, so moving on. So Grow the Pie says that they're excited about ETH Labs. I talked a lot about this yesterday about ETH Labs. So it kind of looks like they're going to try to build into their dashboard. They have this Ethereum ecosystem dashboard here, and it'd be nice to what they're suggesting here is like, hey, what kind of things would you guys like us to display here that are related to ETH Labs org? So like some milestones or like key like metrics that they've done, that'd be nice, right? Like people want to see that. They don't want to have to go to many different places to find out the truth about whether or not ETH Labs is actually getting shit done. Okay, moving on. So this is I talked about this quite a bit yesterday as well, but so ENS DAO kind of like rugged, like this guy Nick.eth has like an insane amount of delegated voting power. The quorum is like 1/3 of his delegated voting power, and he's like voting to like just move the treasury into his control. Now I don't really think ENS DAO has found product market fit. I have a .eth address. I think lots of people have .eth addresses, and I think we all minted them just purely for the meme factor of it. And like, I don't ever say to people, hey, send money to Ceazor.eth. Like once in a while I joke about it, but when I'm actually getting a payment from someone or some sort of, whatever allocation or something like that, I usually spin up fresh wallets, and I don't use the .eth wallet, and I don't really think it has a product market fit. Like nobody cares, right? So like, do they really need a treasury? I don't know. Maybe should he loot the treasury? Obviously not, but I don't know. I'm not part of the DAO. I'm not voting, but it is what it is. I just don't think ENS has found product market fit at all. Okay, so Nomadic does this like DeFi Frontier weekly newsletter. It's very good. I should have shared it more times in the past, but it is here. I will share it today. There are some things in here it's worth kind of checking out. There's some sweet juicy yield opportunities in there, some speculation, some ideas, some discussion. It's worth reading, so I thought I would just give it a quick share here, and then you can dig deeper and find out whether or not this newsletter is something you want to subscribe to or occasionally check out. Okay, Optimus Prime dropped this little tweet article, tiny thing. Apparently, the Ink blockchain from Kraken now runs on OP Enterprise fully managed. So that's good, I guess. I don't really know what that means, but basically what it says here, as a client of the OPE Enterprise fully managed, Ink gets early input on roadmap and helps shape where the stack goes next, and every OP Enterprise customer ships on the same protocol. So going back to that mega chain thing or optimistic super chain idea, kind of, anyhow. So you can check this out, look a little deeper, find out what's going on here. ZeroX Farmed is talking, does a little deep dive here, lots of talk about Bold and this ETH carry vault. I talked about this a lot, and I've deposited in a significant amount in here in regards to my overall holdings. I don't like to ape everything into one place, even though the yield is insanely tempting to do so. And the protocol is very low risk in the sense that it's only exposing you to the IPOR vaults, Curve Finance, and Liquidity Bold. But and it's like incentivized. It has insurance coverage if you want that. The PIL, the voting for Bold is sending some of their interest rate fees to incentivize this. It's pretty cool stuff, man. Check it out. IPOR has another vault on base that is called the CB-ETH position. It seems to be producing some pretty decent juice because the CB-ETH has like a 2.75% interest rate, but if you toss your CB-ETH into this Fusion Vault, then you can get 15% on via Aave with the Fusion automation. So obviously, do some due diligence in here, find out what the risks are and the strategy is. It must be folding or looping or something like that. I don't know, but I gotta check a little deeper into this. But I thought I saw it, so I thought I'd share it and then put it on the to-do list. Okay, StakeDAO is talking about Frax Finance, FRX USD. So take a look at this. It says approximately $700,000 in FRX liquidity available to borrow right now across StakeDAO lending markets on Morpho. So you can. So what does it say? You can take your Curve LPs, deposit them into StakeDAO, and borrow Frax FRX USD while collecting your boosted CRV rewards at the same time. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So you deposit your Curve LPs into StakeDAO, you get StakeDAO's StakeDAO's boosted CRV rewards because they have VECRV, and then you also can borrow stablecoins versus that. Looking at some of the LPs that are on this list, so FRX USD, SUSD, Dollar, Curve USD, and MUSD. So all of those options there. Yeah, check it out. Alchemix has finished its mana program. These were like points. They've taken the snapshot. It's locked, no longer any points to farm. So if you were a user before, you will be able to claim your share of these ALX tokens in the near future. So that's happening. I'd still suggest you to check it out. It's still worth using. It's a pretty cool project. Last thing I want to talk about today is I did this tweet comparing privacy pools and Veal.cash. Veal.cash is one I've not used, but I think it's pretty good. I think, like, I looked through, basically I just got AI to like assess the differences, and I did this AI what I found out tweet. The key thing here, they're pretty comparable in the sense of like what they do, how they work. But Veal.cash is significantly cheaper if you're going to be doing small little transactions. If you're going to do a big wash of like a significant amount of capital, you might want to look at privacy pools instead, or the other options, Railgun and so forth. Anyhow, so that's it for today. I hope this has been interesting and useful, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.